Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with Brian Viloria, fighting this Saturday against Roman Gonzalez in a fight that, Brian, many people were thinking you could possibly steal the show. On a personal note, the best fight I ever saw in person was your fight with Tyson Marquez. And whenever I see you fight, I know I'm going to get a good show. I know you're going to fight with your heart and put on a great show for everybody.
That's how I fight. I mean, it's just the way you have to fight if you want to get, seen, especially in our weight division, which hadn't really been getting the attention I believe they deserved for the last couple of years. And finally, thanks to Roman putting us on the limelight, I think, putting up a show like that is just going to open the eyes of the fan base a little bit wider. It's like, hey, these little guys fight just as well as the middleweight guys. And so, like I said earlier on stage, I'm going to do myself a disservice if I don't put my best foot forward and fight the way I fight and fight my best fight that I could possibly fight. Because people are going to look after that. If I don't do that, people are going to be like, no, this is the reason why we don't put the lighter weights, And so we have a chance on Saturday to show to the world, who we are and what we're about and why we train so hard and why I've been in the sport for so long, because I wanted to be in these type of stages. Because I know I can perform to the best because I am on this type of stages. So Saturday, a lot of people are shortchanging me, but I think I'm going to shock a lot of people.
I want to touch on that. A lot of people do have you as the underdog. A lot of people are saying you don't have a chance in this fight. What are people not seeing that you see? What are people most underestimating about you in this fight coming up?
I don't think they saw my preparation, the way I've trained for this fight, the mentality, the want to be there, and perform and to take that title again and to be the best. And everyone just sees the final product of all that hard work. And so I believe I put in everything, my sweat, blood, my tears into my training camp to get myself prepared, because I know how big this fight is going to be if I do win, and how much it's going to change my life, not only for me but for my family and for my son and for my wife, and how much we can gain from it if I just took the time to put all my hard work into it for the preparation for this fight.
Is Chocolatito the best and hardest fight that you had to train for and are going to have to fight it in your whole career? And for you guys that don't know, this guy's fought just about everybody out there in the divisions that he's fought in. So what do you make of that?
No, I try to train as hard as I can, but this fight was kind of special, only because I know the type of hard work we put into it. But I don't know if he's gonna be the hardest fighter I fought. I haven't fought him yet, so we're gonna have to answer that question after the fight. But in terms of preparation, in terms of me and my training camp, I've never felt this ready ever, I think, for any other fight, both physically and mentally. People look at me like, damn, you're cutting places we haven't seen you cut before, or what I mean by that is just my physique. Never seen you did that much energy before, from sparring sessions and just going about doing my routine from day to day. It's just something's different. I know something special is gonna happen on Saturday because of all the things I put into training camp.
What spurred that difference, the extra that you put in, the motivation? Is it because it's Roman?
I think because my son was born a year and a half ago. Ever since then, every training camp is for him. I know, with big wins, I know with every win, I'm setting his future up also, not only mine, more so his, because he's the one that's motivating me now, more so than anything, God. And I know, I'm getting up there also in age, so I don't know how many more of great fights I could have in line, and so I want to try to cherish each and every single one of my fights that I do have few left, and try to bring out my best and see if I could still become the best in the world. And that's what's motivating me. All of that combined is what's pushing me to these limits.
You're being trained with Marvin, also with Freddie. Both of them work with you. Marvin, I always crack up when I see Marvin doing the mitts with the guys that are like with Postol. You see Marvin and you see Postol.
See him do the mitts with Taishan Dong.
I've never that happened.
Yes. At one point, I thought his arm was gonna fly out of the ring. Because Taishan Dong is like 7 foot.
Yeah, that guy's huge.
And he's like 300 pounds, over. And it's a funny sight to see.
Yeah.
But Marvin's in there. He takes the punishment. I mean, God bless him. He takes the wear and tear that a lot of people I don't think it can survive. But he has his heart in it, and he loves doing it.
I know extra motivation too. Postol got that big win. It was a fight in which a lot of people had coming into the fight Matthysse as the favorite. Does that give you like an extra look what happened here? It's gonna happen again Saturday.
Yeah. Looking those type of fights and knowing that Marvin and Freddie and his team could pull off something like that. It gives you that extra confidence, in the team saying, hey, you guys did it with Postol. Why can't we do it here? And I know he's gonna do it again with Cotto and Canelo. So, these guys are just on fire right now, and we just want to keep that going from fight to fight. But first off, we're just gonna go in Saturday, perform to our best, and see where it's gonna lead us.
You think, and on closing note, you think that fighting here against a guy like Roman and really a pay-per-view event like Golovkin and Lemieux, do you think this is like the biggest moment of your career up to this point?
Other than my son being born,
that's a life-changing moment.
Yeah, it's got to be second. Yeah. I feel it's gonna be the best. This is what you dream of when you turn pro. Being on stages like this. This is what you see on TV, and you're like, what motivated me becoming a boxer. I compare this to being the Super Bowl of boxing. Being the NBA Final Game 7 of boxing. Everything's on the line. And you're fighting for the world title, and you got millions of people watching you, and you're on center stage, and you wanna be the best and perform to your best. And so this of course, and I try not to let the enormity get to me, because I know how big it's gonna be. I just try to keep it level-headed, just try to keep myself focused, and just relax throughout this and try to enjoy every moment as much as possible, because times like this doesn't come very often.
Quickly, main event, who wins?
Quickly?
Yeah, quickly.
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like political here and be
You gotta give me an answer. Give me an answer, quick.
I got Golovkin.
Golovkin?
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
Golovkin. Very, very, very 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna go 12 rounds?
No, it's not gonna go 12, but I'm hoping it is. Just for the fans' sake, to see a great fight. I was gonna go probably early, but those guys can bang. You never know which one's gonna go, but I gotta go with Golovkin though.
All right, Brian, it's good seeing you. Thank you so much. Brian Viloria, of course, taking on Roman Gonzalez this Saturday on HBO pay-per-view.